You're watching your favorite YouTube creator. They're relaxed, confident, maybe sitting in a well-lit room with a microphone and a decent camera. The video hits 1 million views. You think, I could do that. I have ideas. I have something to say. So you start a channel, you film, you edit, you upload, you wait. 3 months later, you have 47 subscribers. 30 of them are people you personally begged to click that button. Here's what nobody tells you. The gap between I started a YouTube channel and I built a YouTube channel isn't about talent. It's not about equipment. It's not even about how good your editing is. It's about one thing: strategic clarity before you ever press record. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact framework used by channels that grow from 0 to their first 10,000 subscribers. And I'll start with the single most damaging mistake new creators make, one that kills channels in the first 90 days before they ever had a real chance. Stay until the end, because the last thing I'm going to tell you will completely change how you think about YouTube growth. Part 1. The trap of the generalist channel. Most people start a YouTube channel the wrong way. Not because they're lazy, because they're excited. They have 5 passions, so they make videos about all 5. Fitness on Monday, travel on Wednesday, life advice on Friday. Maybe a cooking video if they felt inspired on Sunday, and the channel goes nowhere. Here's why, and this is the insight that completely reframes everything. YouTube is not a social media platform. It's a search engine, a recommendation engine, an algorithm that is constantly trying to answer one question: who is this channel for, and can I trust it to deliver? When you make videos about everything, the algorithm can't categorize you. And more importantly, neither can the audience. Think about the last subscription you actually kept and watched consistently. That creator probably does one specific thing really well. You know exactly what you're going to get when you click on their video. That predictability is not a limitation. It is the product. The solution is what I call a niche stack. It's 3 layers. The first layer is the broad topic, the general space you operate in: fitness, finance, cooking, business, gaming. The second layer is the specific angle, the particular slice of that space you own. Not fitness, but fitness for people over 40 who work desk jobs. Not finance, but how to invest on a $500 monthly budget. The third layer is the format identity, the consistent style and structure that makes your videos recognizably yours. Educational walkthroughs, documentary-style storytelling, ranked lists with controversial takes. Stack those 3 layers, and you have a channel concept that the algorithm can actually work with. Here's the test. If you can describe your channel in one sentence, and that sentence would make a specific type of person say, "That's exactly what I've been looking for," you're ready. If your one sentence sounds like "I make videos about interesting things," you have more work to do. Part 2. The content strategy that actually works. Now that you have a clear channel concept, let's talk about what you should actually make. This is where most advice falls apart, because the standard advice is post consistently and the algorithm will reward you. That's technically true. It's also the kind of advice that sounds useful but tells you nothing actionable. Here's a sharper framework, and there are 2 types of videos on YouTube, and you need both. The first type is search content. These are videos built around what people are already looking for. They're evergreen. They answer specific questions. They have a long shelf life. Someone searching "how to meal prep for beginners" today will still be searching that exact phrase in 2 years. The second type is discovery content. These are videos designed to grab attention from people who weren't looking for you at all. They live in the recommendation feed, the up next sidebar, the home page. They work because the title and thumbnail are so compelling that a stranger clicks even without context. New channels need both. But the ratio matters. In the first 6 months, lean heavily towards search content, roughly 70% of your output. Why? Because search traffic is predictable. It compounds over time, and it gives your channel a consistent flow of new viewers even when the algorithm isn't amplifying you yet. As your channel grows and you start accumulating subscribers and watch time, shift progressively toward discovery content. That's where the explosive growth happens. Now, here's the part people skip: the concept test. Before you film a single video, you should be able to validate the idea. Type the title into YouTube search. Is there demand? Are there competing videos? If there are, that's a good sign, not a bad one. It means the audience exists. The mistake is chasing a topic with 0 competition because you think you found a hidden gem. Usually, what you found is a topic with no audience. Part 3, your first video. You've done the strategy work, now comes the hardest step, the first video. And the hardest part about the first video isn't the filming, it's the perfectionism that prevents you from ever filming. Here's a contrarian truth, your first 20 videos are practice, not products, not your legacy. Practice. Every top creator, without exception, has videos from their early days they would delete if they could. The camera work is shaky, the audio is inconsistent, the editing is clunky, and yet those videos exist. They publish them anyway, and they learn from the response. The creators who never start because they don't have the right camera, the right desk setup, the right lighting, they don't exist. You can't subscribe to someone who never uploaded. What actually matters in your first video is structure. Every effective YouTube video follows the same fundamental architecture. It has a hook, the first 30 seconds that force the viewer to stay. It has a body, the core content delivered with clarity and momentum. And it has a conclusion, a call to action that isn't begging for subscribers, but giving the viewer a clear next step. Let's break down the hook, because this is where most first videos collapse. The hook is not an introduction. Never say, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, my name is, and today we're going to be talking about. That sentence alone loses 40% of your audience before you've said anything valuable. The hook is a provocation. It's a surprising fact, a counterintuitive claim, a bold question, or a scene-setting moment that makes the viewer think, wait, I need to keep watching. Here are examples of weak hooks versus strong hooks. Weak. Today I'm going to show you how to save money. Strong. Last year, I saved $14,000 on the same income I had the year before, and I didn't cut a single thing I actually enjoy. Here's the exact system. The difference isn't production quality, it's specificity and tension. Part 4, the thumbnail and title. Problem. Nobody talks about this enough, and it is arguably the most important skill on YouTube. The thumbnail and the title together are your video's storefront. They are the only thing standing between your content and a click. And you can have the best video ever recorded. If the thumbnail and title don't sell the click, no one will ever know. Here's the framework. Thumbnails work on 3 principles. First, contrast. Your thumbnail needs to be visible at the size of a postage stamp on a phone screen. High contrast between the subject and the background. Bold, readable text if you use text at all. Second, emotion. The most clicked thumbnails feature a face with a clear, readable, emotional expression. Surprise, excitement, confusion, concern. Emotion is the shortcut the brain uses to decide whether something is worth attention. Third, curiosity gap. The thumbnail should raise a question the viewer immediately wants answered. Not give away the answer, raise the question. For titles, there are 2 dominant structures that consistently outperform everything else. The first is the problem-solution frame. Why your YouTube channel isn't growing and how to fix it today. The second is the number frame. 7 YouTube mistakes that are killing your channel. Why do these work? Because they make an implicit promise. The viewer knows exactly what they're going to get, and they believe the video will deliver something useful to them personally. One more thing on titles. Keep them under 60 characters when possible. YouTube truncates long titles in the feed, and you want the key promise visible without the viewer having to click just to read the whole sentence. Part 5, retention, the metric that actually determines your growth. Here's the truth about the YouTube algorithm that most people misunderstand. The algorithm doesn't reward views, it rewards watch time. More specifically, it rewards audience retention, the percentage of your video that the average viewer actually watches before leaving. Why? Because YouTube makes money from advertising. Advertising requires eyeballs. Eyeballs require people to stay on the platform. If your video keeps people watching, YouTube promotes it. If people click on your video and leave after 20 seconds, YouTube buries it. A channel with 1,000 subscribers and 65% average retention will outgrow a channel with 10,000 subscribers and 25% average retention every time. So the practical question is, how do you retain viewers? The answer comes in 3 techniques. The first is the open loop. At any given point in your video, the viewer's brain is asking, is this still going somewhere interesting? The open loop is a promise made early that the video hasn't paid off yet, keeping the viewer anchored in anticipation. I'll show you the exact mistake at the end of this section. There's a twist to this story I'll get to in a moment. Open loops create forward momentum. The second is pattern interruption. Human attention resets every 90 to 120 seconds. If nothing changes in your video, the angle, the music, the pace, the visual, the brain starts to disengage. Pattern interruptions are deliberate breaks in the pattern. A cut to B-roll, a change in music energy, a sudden graphic, a moment of humor. These micro resets keep the viewer present. The third is relentless value density. Every sentence should earn its place. If a segment of your video can be removed without losing anything important, remove it. Viewers don't leave because a video is too short. They leave because a video gets slow. Part 6, uploading, analytics, and the long game. Let's talk about the part nobody wants to hear, the timeline. Most channels that succeed were built over 12 to 24 months before they saw significant traction. This is not pessimism, this is calibration. The problem is that most creators benchmark themselves against a highlight reel. They see MrBeast now, not MrBeast at video number 30. Grinding with 800 subscribers after 2 years of uploads. Here's the actual growth model. For the first 3 months, your only metric that matters is volume and consistency. Upload, learn, upload again. Don't check analytics obsessively. Your videos from month 3 will be dramatically better than your videos from month 1, but only if you made the month 1 videos. From months 4 through 9, start paying attention to one metric, click-through rate, which is the percentage of people who saw your thumbnail and title and actually clicked. If your click-through rate is below 4%, your packaging, the thumbnail, and title needs work. If your click-through rate is healthy, but your retention is low, the content itself needs work. From month 9 onward, you have enough data to be strategic. You'll start seeing patterns. Some video topics outperform others. Some formats retain better than others. Double down on what's working. Kill what isn't. And here's the most important long game principle. Do not quit before the compounding effect kicks in. YouTube is a compounding machine. A video you uploaded 18 months ago is still pulling in views today. Your 50th video benefits from everything your first 49 videos taught you, and from the audience your first 49 videos built. The growth curve on YouTube is not linear. It's exponential at the back end. The creators who quit at month 6 never found out. Conclusion. Let's pull this together. Building an effective YouTube channel is not a mystery. It's a system. It starts with strategic clarity, a specific channel concept with a defined niche stack that tells the algorithm exactly who you serve. It continues with intentional content strategy, a mix of search content and discovery content, validated before you film, built around a proven architecture. It demands mastery of packaging, thumbnails, and titles that earn the click before anyone has seen a single second of your video. It requires an obsession with retention, keeping people watching through open loops, pattern interruptions, and relentless value density. And above everything else, it requires the discipline to stay in the game long enough for compounding to work. Here's the thing I promised you at the beginning, the insight that reframes everything. Most people think YouTube is a creative competition. Best video wins, biggest budget wins, most talented person wins. It isn't. YouTube is a consistency competition. The creator who publishes video 100 almost always beats the creator who published 30 perfect ones and burned out. You don't need to be the best. You need to still be here. Start now, start imperfect, start specific, and then keep going.